It's pickle madness in Tucson, folks, as we're here for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. Nerve-wracker format today. We got Lanndyn Canate going up against guess who, folks? It's Jakob Butturff again. What a incredibly red-hot roll this guy is on. Was yesterday's winner, looking to win back-to-back on the weekend, which would be his 12th career JBT title. He won game one of the two-game Nerve-wracker finals, and the wheels are about to come off here for Lanndyn Canate, who's got a statistical anomaly for the ages. He's a three-time champ, but his last JBT title, folks, was in 2004. Yes, that's 8 years ago. He moved on up to adults. The rules changed a few years ago where we don't care about that anymore. As long as you're 21 and under, you can bowl, and decided to come back here and try and sharpen his game up a little bit. We love that. We think that's great. It's good for kids in his situation to come back here and sharpen their game for a little less expense, and it's great for the kids that are younger than him to have an opportunity to play talent like Lanndyn. So that's my little soapbox about that. Now we'll move on to a seemingly unstoppable Jakob Butturff here. He's got the front five and he's well in control in this match. When you're going good, things just go good for you. Oh man! Well, the last two shots were Brooklyn, so that's sort of the reverse of that. As this time a really good shot rings a messenger over there and doesn't quite hit the 7-pin down. So we'll go without any 300 games this weekend. On a pretty tough pattern yesterday and a very challenging Scorpion pattern today that played very dry. Scorpion can often be a pattern that appears to be one of the oiliest. It can be oilier looking than Shark just because of the volumes we're on the lane, but they were very flat in the middle today, and flat will sometimes give the appearance of dry, even when that's not necessarily the case. And whoa, way out to the edge, and wow, he almost got that to find a way to strike. Is very fortunate to get the 7-pin out and almost got that 9 to wiggle out, and if it had fallen into the 3, you might have seen a whole lot of people head for the exits, because that would have been just the break of the century right there. As it stands, he's still in complete control of this match, as he is not only on a tear, but he's doing something that just no other bowlers on the lane have right now. Very unique. Open there gives a Canate just a little bit of a glimmer of hope. Not much here, as he really hasn't appeared that comfortable. He's done what he's had to do. On the other lane, he was way in front of the ball return. He's still significantly in front of the ball return here. Look how far left. You can see his left leg opens up his shoulders to get that ball to project right to left. Left to right, sorry, and then unfortunately comes back right to left too much. Opa! Over on the side there. I don't know what the heck that was. As he's been making good shots just to get the ball near the pocket on the right-hand lanes. That is a pretty severe line to try and play, but there's nowhere else to go. He was up the right side, up essentially the out of bounds earlier today, and once that blew out, you really couldn't go anywhere in the middle of the lane because it was so flat. So the only other move there was to jump literally to the far left side of the lane and play the lefty oil, if not the lefty out of bounds, which, by the way, doesn't exist for Jakob, and we'll talk about why he's able to completely change the pattern in his favor a little bit more here too. Talented Hawaiian here. It looks like he's going to have to stomach another runner-up finish, but we're a little premature to say that, as he's still got room for 218, but has to get a better look here. There's the 10 in the pit he's been looking for. A sarcastic fist bump from Canate there. So here's the deal with Jakob. He's got the left side mostly to himself, so he can sort of carve out a little bit of extra friction to the outside like to play. He's also using an extremely weak ball. It's a reactive shell, but it's a pancake essentially core. So very, very weak. So his tug shots for him, when he misses a little bit to the right, they don't jump. If Lanndyn was on the same area on the lane on the right-hand side, if he missed where Jakob misses by a board or two to the left for Lanndyn, that ball would race across the head, and for Jakob it sets up, despite that 6-8 that he just left right here. He'll be close. Oh. When Jakob misses left, he's so square that the ball still generally gets back to that head pin, as you saw when that should have been that 3-7-9. He's able to get a lot of those splits out where other bowlers would be bucketing or washing out. extremely effective. It works on seemingly every lane condition. He's just making title match after title match. But right now he's backing it into being a match right here. That's a big strike to right the ship right there after back-to-back open frames. That front 5 got him into the 230s, obviously, but now he's back in the 2 teens, and from out of nowhere, Canate has a chance still in this tournament. It's nerve-wracker, and that means that if they're tied 1-1, they go right, look out, they go right into a one-shot roll-off. In order for that to happen, Canate has got to find a way to strike on this right-hand lane. He had to strike in the 10th frame over in the left-hand, the left pair, and he found a way to do it. Let's see if he can come up with it here. Oh, he likes it. Oh, but it just doesn't get there. If he cut that ball any shorter or any further to the left, that ball would have run across the head pin. As it was, he got it projected through the heads better, but it just couldn't get back around the corner from there. And Jakob Butturff's going to win back-to-back tournaments on the weekend. The 11th and 12th titles of his JBT career. He'll increase his all-conference points lead. I would assume he's got the Arizona points lead with back-to-back wins on the weekend. I don't know how many title matches he's missed this year. Have you missed any top 5s this year? Missed 3, and you bowled what now? About 15 tournaments or so in that area. So he hardly ever misses the top 5. You've seen him in oodles of title matches. Just a dream start, and this is not his only clutch performance of the day. He had to get by 2 nerve-wrackers earlier in this tournament. He was forced to a nerve-wracker in his first round, which was round 2 of match play. That was against Ben Subek, and he just barely escaped in that one. And then he and Riley Dempsey had a classic semifinal match, a little bit of a smack talk going left and right in that one. And I don't think that's the right move against Jakob. He's a pretty fierce competitor. And Lanndyn wishes he could have stayed on the left-hand lane. He had just a little bit more room to play in those left-hand lanes and just couldn't quite get the line on the right-hand lane. So Jakob survives 2 nerve-wrackers after annihilating the field in the first 5 games. A perfect weekend at the Pickle. Thanks again to Dale and the whole crew here. One of our favorite stops and favorite hosts all the way back to season 1. Admirable effort from Canate, but he is still at 8 years and counting since his last career JBT title.
8 years?
That was the last time he had a haircut too, I think. Thank you, Lanndyn. Thank you for being able to laugh at this moment. I appreciate it. So Jakob's got a bit of bullseye syndrome right now, as I think the other scratch bowlers, they're just plumb getting jealous at this point. He gets to play a different part of the lane. He creates it himself. Curtis is ridiculously jealous off to my right here. So he's got the target on his back, and he's still beating all of them. Impressive adjectives. Don't have enough of them to describe just the performance he's putting on right now. Against all comers, against all conditions, it is King Jakob on top again. Congratulations to him. We'll hand out the awards. We'll do it all over again. 7 different tournaments for you next weekend. I'll eventually get out from under all that paperwork. See you soon.